It was a busy week in government with 8 board meetings throughout the week. The Planning Board met Monday night with a full agenda. The meeting began with a minor site plan approval for signage at Nord Center Pizza. Following that discussion, the board had its first public hearing of the night for a special permit application for internally illuminated signage at Daddy's Dairy. The second public hearing of the night was for site plan approval and for a special permit application for internally illuminated signage in the Central Business District. The final agenda item of the night was the discussion of a proposed zoning bylaw amendment for conversion of certain historic residential structures. The Planning Board will meet again on September 23rd. Tuesday night, after a 6:30 executive session, the Board of Selectmen met with representatives of Moderna, a research company located on Upland Road. Moderna sat before the board to discuss the possibility of a TIF, or Tax Increment Financing Agreement. Moderna gave a brief presentation on their achievements and proposed expansion plan.
Currently, we occupy the Upland or Moderna Way 1 facility. It has 200 square feet. It's clinical space, so clinical manufacturing. And due to the company's projected growth or potential growth, we did a strategic decision not too long ago to secure the building, which is in 200 Moderna Way or Tech Drive Way, just north of us. It's the old UTI building. Okay, so we secured the lease there, and we're considering different opportunities. We are looking really for office space, from a research space, for potential growth in manufacturing. We started developing our community involvements. We have just recently, actually yesterday, we had the second time visit of the principal of the high school, the local Norwood High School, Hugh Galligan. And we're developing a potential project with them, which is to become a flagship partner for some of the innovation pathway programs that the school wants to develop. So I think it's a very good outlet. We're a biotech, we're science. It could be very interesting for high school students.
Just a reminder that the Board of Selectmen is back on a weekly meeting schedule and will meet again Tuesday, September 17th. Also on Tuesday, the Trails Advisory Committee had their first meeting in over a month. They discussed their success on Norwood Day as well as some future plans to add more trails in the town. The Trails Advisory Committee will meet again on September 24th. The final meeting of Tuesday night was the Library Board of Trustees. Reports were given on the FY20 budget status and capital projects. The committee also discussed a 4-year long-range outlet plan. The next Library Board of Trustees meeting will be October 9th. Wednesday evening, the school committee met in their usual meeting room at the Savage Center. Among a number of agenda items was the discussion of an additional space module, or trailer, at the Prescott. Principal Brian Riley came before the committee to voice his thoughts on the need for the trailer.
Our current 1.5 EL teachers share a somewhat small office space that was formerly the teacher workroom. This provides limited opportunities for multiple groups to be working at the same time. Additionally, our adjustment counselor is positioned in the office conference room, in which you have to cut through the nurse's office to get to. This causes frequent disruptions to both the nurse and the adjustment counselor and the students that they're working with. I want to be very clear about what our needs are moving forward, as well as things that will continue to present challenges for us. First, our needed additional space will be used as a combination office and teaching space for 2 individuals, both of our English language learner teacher team. Our EL teachers are fantastic at providing students with hands-on, energetic, and exciting lessons that include singing and dancing, frequent movements around their space, and it's imperative that a warm and welcoming classroom environment be provided where these 2 teachers can work comfortably.
Paul Riccardi will be at the next school committee meeting to discuss potential bid prices. Also Wednesday night, the committee discussed the superintendent evaluation responses as well as subcommittee representation. The school committee's next meeting is September 25th. Also Wednesday night, the Community Preservation Committee met with 4 main topics to discuss. The meeting began with the CPC document review, which covered project application review and approval and the CPC plan review. After approvals by the board, the discussion turned to the upcoming fall special town meeting. Paul Halkiotis, Director of Community Development, discussed the potential purchase of the St. Streets lands. Following the hour-long discussion, John Apria, CPC Treasurer, provided the committee with a financial update. The committee then began planning for the upcoming public hearing on September 25th, which will include discussions on the St. Street lot purchase, Wildlands Trust, and application and CPC plan. There were a few moments of disagreement at the Airport Commission meeting on Thursday afternoon between Commission Vice Chairman Michael Sheehan and Boston Executive Helicopter regarding communication protocol.
Yeah, I know as part of the settlement agreement that we have with BEH, there was a communication protocol to act in good faith for any issues that might arise, and where the agreement was signed several months ago. I wanted to ask the airport manager, Russ, have these meetings started?
They have.
Yeah,
We had two meetings. Second meeting was yesterday. It was actually we showed up, but we didn't actually hold a meeting because we didn't have any representation from BEH.
so the meeting was scheduled. And BEH was aware it was scheduled?
Yes, they were told at the first meeting that there would be a meeting on September 11th.
And they didn't show up?
That's correct.
That's not true. I was told they were gonna confirm the meeting, and nobody ever confirmed the time or the location of the meeting, so it's not true. I would have absolutely been at the meeting, but I didn't know where or when the meeting was. Those were tentative dates that were set at the first meeting, so. And I emailed the town manager today to ask him about that, and I haven't gotten a response. So that's not true, but I didn't know.
Well, it's interesting, it's a communication protocol, and there's already a drop in the communication.
The discussion continued for several minutes between the Commission and Chris Donovan of BEH.
It was my understanding from the first meeting that those meetings were established that day, so.
Wasn't my understanding, and the insinuation is that I'm lying, that I knew when the meeting was and I didn't show up, and I take offense to that. I didn't know when the meeting was, so a simple email to me would have confirmed that, and I.
Mr. Chairman, where an accusation's been made, no one's questioning anyone's integrity here, Mr. Donovan. He's simply asking about the communication protocol meetings that you had agreed to, and I don't think anyone made any accusation at all. You certainly didn't get the notice, and I'm simply asking that going forward, that the town manager, and who's part of the meeting group with the chairman, establish a schedule, and then after the schedule and after the meetings, that the Airport Commission has an update of that meeting. So no one made any insinuation, and you can watch the tape afterwards, and that will prove my point. I'm prepared to move on. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
It's pretty ironic that you bring something up that you didn't bring it up at the last meeting, Mr. Sheehan, and you're the one who's always led the charge against retaliating against BEH. So-
That's enough, Mr. Donovan. Here we go again.
Well, I will
All
just
right.
comment on that, because if you want to go back to past history, I've always the one that made the motion to approve your FBO. And the reason I asked that, I didn't know that they had started until I came out after the fact. I wasn't unaware of that. So I will, every month, be looking for what the feedback is from you and what the feedback is from the other members. And that's in my purview to do that, Mr. Donovan.
Well, you didn't sign
Thank
the
you,
agreement,
Mr.
so you
Donovan.
wouldn't know,
Mr. Donovan,
The agreement
Mr. Donovan.
has been signed
matter of fact, Mr.
on his
Donovan.
behalf.
Mr.
Mr. Donovan,
signed by Mr. Sheehan.
please, stop.
Was not signed by Mr.
Stop, or you're out of here.
If they're gonna comment about me, I'm gonna respond to the comment.
Please stop.
This ended the Commission's exchange with Chris Donovan, and the meeting continued with additional agenda items. The full meeting will be broadcast and also available on the NCM Government Video on Demand. The Town Meeting Rules Committee met on Thursday night to review the consent agenda draft. After much discussion, the committee unanimously approved the draft to go to town meeting. For complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch it on demand at nordcommunitymedia.org.